Listen up.
It's the number one voice of the tri-state. I'm number one. It's Cooking Up 215. So let the show begin.
Turn me up.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth, and this is Cooking Up 215, where we get you up close and personal with your favorite artists, entrepreneurs, shakers, and move makers. And today, man, we got I don't even know what we would call a man, voice of the streets. We got Suleiman. Suleiman. There you go. I ain't want to fuck it up.
That's all right.
You know what I mean? Because I'll be saying Suleiman. Suleiman Hassan.
Yes.
My brother. What are you going to say today? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to say today?
Yeah, man. Well, thank you, man, for having me here. I appreciate it, man. So
no, for sure, man.
It's a blessing just to be here. So whatever questions, whatever, you know, whatever, we can start from the bottom. We can start from the top on down. It don't even matter.
Yeah, we're going to get into it, man. You know, you're going to get the opportunity, share your story, you know, give people your background and why you feel so strongly the way you do about trying to turn people away from drugs and alcoholism and keeping them off that strip. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure there's people that probably look at you and probably wonder, like, you know, what you've been through.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whenever somebody a soldier like that for the streets, it's always like, damn, I wonder, you know, how was his battles? I know you speak on it sometimes, but today we get the opportunity to go a little deeper into it. Yeah, so I know, like, you know, you battle with alcoholism.
Pills and heroin.
Pills and heroin.
And heroin.
Okay, so I always thought it was just alcohol.
Nah,
I figured it could have been something else, but so alcohol was the beginning.
That was the beginning.
Okay, and how long ago was that?
About 10 or 11 years.
10, 11 years?
Yeah, probably 12.
About 12 years?
I done forgot. It's been so long.
How long you been sober?
I've been sober now for 9 years.
Damn, congratulations.
9 years.
Congratulations.
Completely, but I had stopped drinking first.
Okay. And drinking was the first thing.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you grew up, like, your mom had drug and alcohol problems as well?
Absolutely. I grew up in West Philly.
Well, not even your mom. It was your dad, right?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mother was addicted to alcohol, crack cocaine in the 80s. My father was a heroin addict, alcoholic as well, and his upbringing from his experiences too of growing up. So, just to take it back, do I got time?
You got time. You got time to get into it.
Listen, so my mother had 9 of us.
Okay. Dang.
My mother had 9 of us. Her first marriage to my father, she had 8 of us. You know, and I'm the third one from the oldest.
Okay.
So growing up, man, my mother, she took really good care of us.
That's
really good care. We had breakfast, lunch, dinner. You know, she was very hands-on with us, loving, caring, showed us things. We had birthdays. We had, you know, everything that a child could ever desire at that time, you know. And my father lived with us, you know, and my father was always stern. You know what I'm saying? Come in the crib, he was stern. You know,
the old school dad.
Yeah, old school pop, you know what I mean? So
shut that door.
Yeah, whoop your ass. You got the refrigerator open, boy? Yeah. That type of dude. So secretly, behind closed doors, my mother was getting abused. She was she would wear like the full niqab. You know, covering the eyes and everything, hands and the arms.
So you would see none of that?
Yeah, part of the reason was because we were Muslim. So, and to take it back to like 1979, 1980, you ain't seen no Muslims here, not in Philadelphia. You had the FOIs. Right. But I'm talking about my mother wore the whole thing. Right. You know, so we was always looked at as strange anyway. But she would wear it sometime throughout the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's only because the night before my father would come home drunk and beat her. Right. You know, that led to her leaving my father. You know, I was about 5 or 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, about 6 years old. And she was pregnant at the time. With the last child, with
the ninth one?
With my father. No.
Oh, okay.
That was the 8th one.
The 8th one, okay.
The 8th one. So she came in the room, woke us up, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we gotta go, just to me and my brother. Right? So this daytime, this had to be like 3 o'clock. I remember it like it was yesterday. So basically what I'm going to explain to you is my first experience of trauma. You know, I never, experienced any of this before. So she come in the room, come on, we got to go. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a happy home prior to.
Happy home.
Right.
Happy home for us.
For you, yeah,
the
of
kid.
course, right.
Man, we ran out that joint, went through the alleyway, dogs barking, I'm scared. I'm crying because I don't know what the hell's going on. And we go to the police station. Next thing you know, the cops go back to the house, get all my brothers and sisters. So now we in the police station. From there, we went to 42nd and Lancaster Avenue. It was a women's against abuse shelter over there, which is still there. And we come from a solid home to being around nothing but strangers.
Right.
So for me, it caused so much pain because I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
All I wanted was my father.
Right.
Where's my dad? You
don't know why we're going from all this happiness to being torn apart like that.
Torn apart. So we stayed there for about 3 to 6 months. And then we wound up getting a crib right there on, I believe it was 57th and Kensington.
Okay.
Big house.
That's right around the way, yeah.
Yeah, we had one of them big 3-story joints.
Right.
So
yeah, they're huge down there.
Yeah. So my mother was really hands-on then with us. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything that we wanted and needed, she provided.
Right.
So it was this man that showed up to our house one day. He was dressed in. Well, I remember him dressed in a uniform. You know what I'm saying? And us as being kids, we run into the window. We like, who's this guy? Like,
little nosiness. You want to see
this nigga, and then he started coming over more and more. Then he came in the house. Then one day he stayed, right? And not too long after her meeting him, we went from 57th and Kensington, then we moved to 48th and Parish. We went from like a 7-bedroom house to a 4-bedroom house. Mind you, my mother just had my little sister as well, because my little sister had to been about maybe like a year, I think, when that dude started coming around, my step pop. So come to learn, when we moved over there, it went from breakfast to lunch, sometime no breakfast, just lunch, dinner, then eventually just dinner, and eventually nothing.
Damn.
I get emotional too about this. You know what I'm saying?
Too. I would too. Just the thought of it, I ain't gonna hold you. It's crazy just because we don't never look at it like that, and nobody sit down and really explain it. I feel like that's the reason why we detach so much emotion from it. We kind of look at it like it's nothing. Oh, your parents splitting up, it ain't shit. Everybody been through it. But when you can associate it like that as a child and remember those things, you can see how that shit really has an effect on a person.
Yeah.
It really is that deep. And just the thought of like your mom being full hands on, and then it take just meeting one man, and that shit changes everything.
It changed everything to the extent that my mother started staying in a room for days. And us as kids, we ain't know what the hell was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was the 8 kids that didn't have nothing. But thank God back then in the 80s, you had Mr. George, you had Miss May, you had people in the community that knew my mother was on crack. So we became the kids that the neighborhood took care of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was traumatizing. I didn't have, I was the kid that got bust on. I was the kid that got chased. I didn't have, the latest stuff.
Right.
I was the kid that got bullied. You know what I mean? Across the street from my house, thank God for that. Thank Allah for that. It was a supermarket there. So with the supermarket, me and my brother used to go carry bags. But we only carried bags so we could take care of our sisters. Because, back then the food stamps, women used to get thousands. Y'all missing out today. They used to get thousands. My mom used to get like 1,500. Yeah, 1,500. But here's the catch. Due to addiction, and an absent father who was on alcoholic, because I ain't, it wasn't just my mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine going food shopping, whole fridge filled up that day but the next day you get up, it's all gone.
That's crazy.
I'm talking about all gone, man. Like literally, like yo, like to this day, I'm 44 and I still, remember it like fresh, all gone. We'll get new sneakers next day, gone, and I'm talking about bubbles. We ain't what Olympians, remember Olympians?
Yeah.
The pro wings and all that, gone due to her disease of addiction, due to her trauma that led her to using, because she experienced trauma which led her to using. 90% of people that are on drugs today are on drugs because of trauma.
Right.
That haven't been addressed.
Facts.
Trust me, they are. So speed it up a little bit. I get a little older. We move. No, I want to go back. So back then, we used to live in the back of a supermarket. Right there on 48th and Parish. It used to be called Shopping Bag.
Okay.
It used to be called Shopping Bag. And those who know me that's going to watch this video, y'all know what I'm talking about. All my Mill Creek family, all my Marcoux Street family, everybody from down the bottom, you already know what I'm talking about. So behind there, that's where the trucks pull up at. The delivery trucks used to pull up there, drop off food on the wall.
Because I think the market, it's still
a market there,
Sunshine now or something like that.
But it's attached to a daycare now.
Yeah.
But back in the 80s, that's where the food would come. And thank God for them trucks. Because they would leave food for us.
Oh, damn.
Even the truck drivers knew what was going on with this family. And there was many days that truck ain't come, but that dumpster was right there. So what you think I did?
Go in there, man.
I had to go in there.
Yeah.
I had to go in there. So due to my mother's trauma and the trauma that I experienced, I started hanging out with people who was just like me.
Going through shit.
Going through the same thing I went through. Father not there, mom on crack. So eventually we wound up moving. And then that's when I, got out on the streets. Mind you, when I was 6, 7 years old, I ain't had no curfew. It wasn't no, listen, I've been running the streets since I was like 6. Literally, like 6. It wasn't no, you gonna get your ass whooped.
And you running the streets doing what?
Whatever.
6? Just outside?
Whatever. I was outside.
Yeah.
I was outside. Like, I've been outside since 6, 7
Was you
years
getting
old.
into like activities or you just doing shit? Like you running around, fucking around with your friends type vibe?
Everything. Everything. But, I wasn't like hustling or nothing, but I was, I was just out. I was just one of them kids, and spend like your crib at night. I'm over there, you know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of families had a hand in like raising me and my brothers and sisters. But when I got about 13, I started hustling. And then that's when everything changed. That was actually my first addiction.
Hustling was your first addiction?
Hustling and stealing cars. Like, you see these kid dudes? I was doing that like in the 90s. I get a high off of it.
Right.
But then became the drinking, because I had to drink with it. So 14, I was drinking.
And they went hand in hand together.
Had to go.
I'm about to go steal me a joint.
Had to
make
go.
Sure
we call them Johnnies back in the day.
Yeah, they still Johnnies.
Yeah, so got into that real heavy, and I wound up getting arrested for Grand Theft Auto, and I did 3.5 years. 3.5 years. Came home when I was 17, but before I got locked up, I fathered the child. So when I came home at 17, I had to take care of a young lady. So I never went back to high school. I wound up fathering this child too, and still was drinking. Then I found out eventually that the young lady's not mine.
Damn.
Which led me to a deeper depression after, 17, 18, 19, 20,
How did you
21.
find that out?
DNA test.
DNA test,
DNA
okay.
test. After I want to say when I was about 22. So
about like 3-4 years in.
About 4 or 5 years in. I believe 4 or 5. She was at school. Yeah, about 5 years in, she was in kindergarten. And that broke me. Because it broke me because I didn't want to be like my father.
Right.
So I poured everything into not being like my dad into her, in which me and the young lady have a beautiful relationship today. Like she
so
called me dad.
y'all still talk. You still
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But at the time, it just killed you because you doing everything you can not to be the deadbeat and just to turn around and then not.
It murdered me, bro.
Yeah.
I went into deep depression, and I drank, and drank, and drank, and drank, and drank, and drank, and drank some more. You know, I started cutting when I was 21. I was the alcoholic barber. You know what I'm saying? In the shop, I had my teacup.
Right.
You know, some brandy in there with some tea and cream all day. I lost jobs. I lost friendships, relationships. I still ain't stopped.
It's crazy because it's like, and when you say the alcoholic barber, like, man used to cut me. It was two of them my whole life. They always cut me and my dad, and like one of them really just recently passed. But them niggas always struggled with drugs, drugs and alcohol. Like they will always be lit, but they was tight with the Clippers, tight as hell with the Clippers. But they always got kicked out of barbershops.
Yeah.
When my pop loved them cutting them, so we bouncing everywhere they go.
Right.
But it's just crazy how that shit, it follows you, and you know.
Well,
you got no reason to stop. You just keep going.
Right. So I mean, I never got kicked out of a barbershop because I was.
It was barbershop hopping.
Yeah, I was a good dude.
Okay.
But I was too ashamed to go back to hear the stories about what you did. You know what I'm saying? That some of the stories haunt me to this day.
Like shit you did while you was intoxicated.
Intoxicated with clients, fighting, all kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. So I'm trying to speed it up a little bit.
You good?
I had my first child initially when I was 21 as well. My first child, my oldest daughter, she's 25 now. No, she's going to be 25. And that didn't slow me down. I was 21. I just started cutting. I went back to high school as well while I was drinking. I went back to high school. You only had night school back then. I actually went back when I was 19.
Okay.
I went back at 19. I started hustling again at 19. But I was cutting hair, going, working at the post office, and I was going to school. And I wound up graduating, getting my high school diploma in between all of that when I was 21. But I had my first daughter, and then I couldn't be there for her because
you doing so much.
Doing so much, and plus she didn't live in the city, so I felt like just pay child support was cool. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't really in her life early on, and then at 21, 23, I had my son.
Do you feel like the thing that happened with the first daughter affected how you felt once you had the second one?
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it went from you doing the most to now being okay with just skating by. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of putting it to the side a little bit.
Absolutely. It affected me in a way. I mean, the good thing, though, it affected me in a way of, I feel like I could have been a better father to her. You know what I'm saying? I could have been there more. I could have cared more, but I never had to take a blood test for her. This one, when I saw her, it was a wrap.
You know. Right
from the door. When I saw her, because she was I think 3 months already. Right when I saw her, split an image. I was like, yo, how much money you need, huh? All right, cool. And I always made sure her mother was cool. Yeah, she always had what she needed. I wound up raising her, I wound up taking her, me and my wife, wound up taking her. God put her on me when she was about 5 or 6. I wound up raising her. And she's 25. She's still with me to this day. Like, that's my baby.
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah. But I wound up having my son at 23. And I didn't know if he was mine. I didn't know. I couldn't see me in him.
Right.
So that was another battle for me while I was drinking though. Still being a drunk.
Right.
You know, so I took a blood test for him, and for some reason he never made it down there for a couple years. And
never made it to take the test?
He never made it to take the test. You know, so eventually I wound up getting him because a couple years later, his folks took him down, got the test, and I wound up getting custody of him as well. Raising my son, me and my son got a really good relationship. And then eventually I had my youngest daughter.
Okay.
You know, I had my youngest, and she's still with me too.
That's what's
So
up.
all this is during the time I was getting high. You know, I was drinking at that time. Now, how did I get the perks? I got the perks because I got in an accident. I fractured my skull, bleeding on the brain, my sternum, you know, and everything. And the doctors gave me Percocets, you know, and said take them as prescribed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. I read the joint. Okay, don't mix with alcohol. I'm like, bet. After going to multiple rehabs already, like going in for alcohol, not staying, meetings, AA meetings, not, you know, doing any of that or completing any of that, I thought I had the best idea in the world. I said, I can take these perks and I ain't got to be hungover. I can remember everything. This is what the disease of addiction does. It's cunning.
Right.
It's tricky.
Find ways to make
Oh
it,
my God.
make it
so I said,
accessible and cool
listen,
for you.
I'm not gonna drink no more. I'm gonna do these perks. And it worked.
Right. Now you stop drinking.
I stopped drinking.
Got a new demon.
Perks actually helped me stop drinking. For real. That's why, you know, when you ask when was the last time you drank, it's got to be like 12.
Yeah.
Easy, 12. Because I stopped drinking in 2008. But I got them perks. And they say you only transfer one drug to another.
Right.
Let me tell you something, man. After 6 months, I learned about the bananas. But before I got to the bananas, my tolerance was so high. Just so I can, you know, run from that pain of not having a father, run from that pain of my mother being on drugs and alcohol, run from that pain of raising a child that ain't mine.
It's a numbness. It's a numbness that just takes you away from everything.
I was running and running and running.
You just no longer care about any of that shit.
No, you don't
it don't
care about
matter
that.
why you high. You know what I mean? Why you high, you in this bubble where you could finally just relax. All that shit is just, it's a breeze in the wind.
It's another world.
It ain't on your shoulders right now.
Hey, listen, it's a scary world to be in. Cause right before I got to them perk 10s, I was up to dumping 20 perks at one time, 512s. At one
25s?
time. At one time. Hear what I'm saying? At one time. See, it was easy for me.
So you was up to 100?
Easy. No, about 60 a day. Easy.
No. You was taking 25s, right?
No, 2512. They call it 512.
512s though, they 5 milligrams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So you know how people say, I got a 90 shot. So I don't never talk about the shit that, like, you know, my family, we battle with addiction. We got a lot of people. Like, I've lost a lot of people to addiction. Like, my mom's side is, like, it's crazy.
I'm sorry.
And we grew up this way. A lot of my aunts, uncles, you know, a lot of the shit you talk about is shit that they dealt with and went through. You know what I'm saying? It's like recently now we finally at that point where everybody is kind of away from it, but it's still those modern day addictions. So it's like you said with perks, I got into a motorcycle accident and my leg was fucked up bad. Like I still got a crazy scar. I couldn't walk right for a while. I had to gain mobility in my muscle and all that shit. And it was wild because the doctors ain't even prescribe anything. So, you know, by this time, they kind of like cutting back on shit. Like, you know, they don't want to prescribe anything. So they tell you take Tylenol. My muscle is cut. I can't move this leg. You know what I mean? So now what I'm going to do? I'm going to self-prescribe. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I don't have a doctor watching me. At the same time, I'm a hustler.
Right.
So I have them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So now it go from something that was done, what's the word? Just for fun, period, you know, here and there, became an addiction. It became something that if I didn't do it, had a sweat,
shit,
I'm a shit.
shit
You
on
get what I'm
yourself.
saying? I'm gonna feel like life ain't right until I get to my shot.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point like, and all this shit is before the pandemic. So it got a little deep. Like I'm taking them now. I'm 15s. Eventually, you know, I'm a 30 piece.
Right. Easy.
Now I'm finally healthy and I'm cool, you know, but now I'm still taking them, you know. I might be able to skate off of 30 a day.
Right.
Sometimes though it might be 2 30s a day.
Right.
Then it got to a point where I tried to get off of them and somehow found myself back on them. Like I went and got us a boxing.
Right.
I'm trying to fix myself. But then
you try to run your own program.
Yeah, and all this shit with no help, right?
I know what you mean. I've done that a million times, Jake.
Get us a boxing. But then you still you're not ready yet.
No,
I wasn't ready to go.
All.
You know what I mean? That was my baby. Yeah,
right.
That was my baby. Like we cool. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Pandemic hit.
Right.
The money there.
All there.
What do I need to not get a shot for?
Easy.
I get $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
The fuck? I'm gonna go get me a shot.
Yeah.
But
you
they don't
that.
tell you how if you take this in boxing now, your body has now built up like a fucking army that's fighting the perk. You go from 30, now you take a 60
Easy.
to like 90 real fast. My shot was a 90 for a while.
Easy.
I don't tell nobody that shit, but you know, we sharing, we bonding right now, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna share mine too. Cause we all go through shit.
Yeah, mine was I found out about them bananas. I had a lot of clients that was getting them perks. This is before they cracked down on them. All I had to do was cut a head. I cut a head. Hey man, we gonna work something out. I'm gonna cut your head all month. You, your family, just give me that script. You know, so when I found out about the bananas, I'm dumping 10 of them. When I found out about the 20s, I'm dumping them. Eventually, then I found out about the Oxy 80s. Now, when I found them jokers, I remember like it was yesterday. One of my clients got my chair. He said, yo, man, you spending too much money, right? I'm like, what you mean? He said, look, man, I got these Oxy 80s. I said, all right, cool. I took that joint and I waited for like a half an hour, right? I'm like, I don't feel nothing, right? I'm like, yo,
Is this before the coating or after the coating?
Huh?
They started coating them at one point. They went from OPs to OC. They went from OCs to OPs.
This was with the coating, right? So he said, how long you take them, young buck? I said, I took about a half an hour ago. He said, give it a few more minutes. Man, when that sucker kicked in, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Before I knew it, by the time I was 31, I was taking about 8 of those a day, Oxy 80s. 8 to 10.
Sheesh.
Easy. And those was $50 a pill.
I was about to say, because even then, I used to, you know, my days in the streets.
Yeah.
I actually, and I'm so happy that this was before I was introduced to pills. This was before I started taking pills. So at this point, I'm just a hustler. But I used to have 80s. And I know how folks used to come out of town and they pay 50 a joint.
Easy.
They buying 30 at a time.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like I missed that. I'm so happy that shit came late because I know that shit is really bad. That shit is really a bad joint.
I remember old head told me, man, yo, you keep this up, you gonna be on dope. I said, you know, man, I ain't doing no dope, man.
They say it was like equivalent to heroin, right?
That's what they say. But I'm thinking I'm too sturdy. That ain't me. I ain't doing no needles and none of that. But let me tell you something. By the time I was 31. All this happened about I was about 31, maybe 30. My pill connect was out of town. He was gone. And you know, withdrawals start kicking in. I'm cutting, I'm sweating, I'm shaking. I'm talking about water coming down, right? And there was this client, my coworker cousin, he knew what I was into because I ain't never had no shame. I wasn't one of them dudes like, nigga, this who I am, nigga. I own who I am. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna have nothing over me. This is what the fuck I do. This is what I do, pills. You know what I'm saying? So he come through. He come through for a haircut. He like, yo, like I see you going through it over there, man. He yelled that out. Mind you, he was already cracking on me for like 2-3 years. Like, listen, man, you spending too much money. Try this heroin.
He be the demon on your shoulder with it.
Listen, this day, I'm cutting. I'm cutting. I start sweating. I'm like, oh shit. You know, my stomach going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got the runs. I'm back and forth to the bathroom. He like, yo, I'm telling you, I got something for that. I said, no, I'm cool. Then I looked at him. I put the clippers down. I said, come on, what we doing?
Right.
So we go outside. He like, yo, yeah, this joint right here. I said, nigga, I ain't doing no needles or nothing. He said, no, all you got to do is snort the bag. Mind you, this is I done been homeless twice due to alcoholism and pills. I done lost my family twice due to alcoholism and pills already. 1,000 times of going into the rehab detox, coming out for pills and alcohol. Now I get introduced to this. Same thing happened. I go in that bathroom, snorted half the bag. I divorced everything.
Left the pills alone, left all that shit alone.
I left life alone. When they say all them old school songs, man, about heroin, they marry you, marry that motherfucker.
That shit crazy.
I left everything, bro. I remember my house was getting robbed. My wife called me crying. Hey, the house getting robbed. I ain't give a shit. I gotta go get one more bag. Let me tell you, after he gave me that bag, I got off work like at 3, cutting hair. I shot straight up Kensington. Take me where you got that from. That's who I'm married to. Now, it became my life. It became everything. I can't explain it. That shit, let me tell you, man, busting a nut ain't got nothing on that. That dope. And mind you, it wasn't no fentanyl out there yet.
Yeah, this still.
So this still early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Not early 2000. 2000 like 8, 9, 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wasn't nothing. It wasn't, man. I left everything.
But all this is about 10 years ago, pretty much, you saying.
But it feels like yesterday. That's how I stay clean. I don't forget.
Right.
I never forget. They say in our literature, the minute you forget, you done already relapsed. You done already relapsed. I don't forget, bro.
Yeah, that's hard body. And it just puts it into perspective, because us from the outside looking in, you know, like you said, that feeling like I'm too thorough, I'm too sturdy.
Yeah.
I never, like, you know, we be wondering how niggas end up at that, you know, how you end up down Kensington, how you end up out there just chilling, looking for the work, not giving a fuck about how you looking, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
How you get like that.
They say crack is like that. Thank God I never touched that. But that heroin, you don't care. Bad enough. See, I already didn't care. And most people, once they get all in, even with perks, you ain't gonna care no more. Even with alcohol, same thing. Even with crack, first you go cop, you sneaking, you hiding. First time you drinking in the morning, you drinking in the afternoon, you sneaking, you hiding. It gets to a point where you just say, man, fuck all that.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding no more. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just started going up Kensington every day. Next thing you know, I'm staying up there longer and longer and longer. Next thing you know, I'm sleeping out there. I was the first group that came through. I was a part of that.
Yeah.
Before it got
the first wave of people.
Oh yeah, first wave.
The settlers.
Yeah. I was up there heavy because
damn.
I had just lost my house. You know, my wife, man, if it wasn't for my wife, man, I love my wife, man. Love my wife, man. You know, if it wasn't for her taking care of 2 kids that wasn't hers.
Right.
Because remember, we got the youngest. She protected them the best way she could. The best way she could. You know, from me, from my behavior. from causing them trauma, in which I caused them some, but they could have got way more.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't be here today. But when we lost our house a few times, that's where I would go, and sleep on the bench, you know, snort dope. You know, I would go down to Chester Cut here. You know, I ain't had money to go get a hotel, keep a couple of hours, but I had to go get that dope.
Was that your lowest point?
I've been to my lowest point about 1,000 times. That was one of them.
Just one of them.
That's just one of them. One of my lowest points. I got another one. I remember being drunk. This is my drinking days. I go down to the waterfront, Delaware Avenue, and just to go drink. I wake up, one sneaker on, no shirt. Woke up from the sound of lightning pouring down on me. It's when I used to live up Chestnut Hill East.
You didn't know nothing about how you got
I remember sitting down looking at the water, you know, smoking a cigarette, drinking. Yeah. You know, I remember what I was thinking. I wanted to, you know, in my mind, I wanted to be next to an ocean. So I'm like, let me go down here, because that's closer to the water.
Thing I'm gonna get to.
So I got me a bottle, woke up, my money gone, everything. So I had to walk literally from Delaware Avenue all the way to 30th Street. I walked.
That's crazy.
The guy on the regional rail knew who I was. I'm the barber, I'm the drunk.
Right.
He let me on. Gave me a shirt and let me on.
That's
to get home. You know, I remember like right here, I got a scar right here. I got hit in my head with a gun. Don't remember nothing or why. Went home, my wife, you know, patched me up. You know, I put her through so much, man, during my addiction, and I'm just grateful that you know, that she was in my life then, and she's in my life now. Right. You know, so.
That's what's up, man. You've been through it, but you know, we gonna get into this food, and then we gonna get into how you overcame it and what you're doing now to help other people beat it and stay away from it. So you already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth. I mean, Soldiers for Recovery.
One may say. Y'all know what it is. What is Suleiman Hassan gonna speak on today? Everything.
There you go, man. It's your boy Smooth, Cooking Up 25. We be right back. Let's go.
It's our favorite part of the show.
That's your favorite?
Yes, sir. Ah, chef, what you got cooking?
You already know.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth, and it is my favorite part of the show. Time to get into that food, man. We got Chef Glizzy, Chef Chemo right back with us, you know what I'm saying? For my man Suleiman Hassan. They done did something crazy for me. Y'all came in, y'all carried it.
We're gonna start off with the seafood Alfredo. Well, with the fork, it would be a lobster champagne pasta. I added a little shrimp in there, you know, for y'all.
Appreciate
and then we got the lamb with the fresh garlic roasted mashed potatoes with the asparagus. I forgot to mention the Alfredo is from scratch. I mean, you know, they say I'm the king of Alfredo in the city.
That's different.
Now I need to know if you feel the same way.
Hey, man, we ready.
We gonna dive in, man.
Listen.
That's why I ain't got much to say, because, like, my stomach talking right now.
You know what I'm saying? We was over here salivating, man. These dudes, you could just smell it.
What the fuck?
They whipped this thing up all fresh from scratch. So we definitely ready to, you know, jump all the way, you know what I mean, head first in the plate. So tell everybody where they can follow you at, how they can get a plate and everything like that.
You can follow me on Instagram at Blizzy 7th Street.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at NPKeemo, Keemo.
And you can come see us. I'm there 7 days a week at With the Fork, 3800 Lancaster Avenue.
And I'm there 5 days out the week. Pull up, show us some love, the best in the city. We appreciate it.
We ain't been to With the Fork you doing, man?
What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, you already know, man. It's your boy Smooth, Glizzy, Chemo, Suleiman Hassan.
And one may say,
listen, man, we about to eat today. Let's go. You already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth, and we right back at it, man. Still here with my guy Suleiman Hassan. And we got this food, man. With the fork, my man King, my man Glizzy. They came through. I'm talking about it's a murderous situation. You know what I'm saying? So we about to dive all the way in, man. My man said he eats humbly. He said he ain't want too much. Don't be trying to judge me. Don't be like, damn, Smooth. You got two. You gonna give my man one? Listen, man. To each his own.
Dang.
I'm gonna take everything and give it to me though. You know what I mean? We gonna keep that a being. I'm not shy at all. Y'all know me.
I ain't shy. You know, the wife cooked tonight.
Yeah,
she got something special for me.
So you not gonna?
Yeah,
we
I can't. You know how that go.
Cause wife will get up on you about that.
Get up on. Well,
we done had a couple people. You gonna go out there and eat at our slave door and stuff. So keep going. You know what I mean, but we gonna say
get down though.
Right, we gonna
gotta
go
get peace. You feel me?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So this the time, man. We pick the forks up.
Okay.
And we see what's hitting for. This pasta, I ain't had Alfredo in a minute.
Me neither.
I got to see what this thing hitting for.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They got the shrimp in there.
Oh man.
Lobster in there.
This thing hitting.
This thing right.
Yeah.
You understand me? I ain't even leave the pasta yet. Appreciate you.
Thanks, bro. Crazy.
That thing fire. One time hit the lamb chop. See
real,
the lamb
bro.
chop be like.
That's it. This one, Oh yeah. This one.
This is mashed potato.
On point, man. How the mashed potato?
Yeah, that mashed potato good.
Is that everything?
That mashed potato good. That's good. I'm an asparagus boy too. You know what I mean? Asparagus on point. Still got the crunch, well seasoned. It's right. It's right. Alright. So when we left off, you know, we talked about how dark things got for you. So how did you find your way to the light? How did you find your way back?
Well, I had to get honest.
Honest?
Yeah. Now I know a lot of people, they may be asking, what do I mean when I say that? So I'm gonna explain to you what does honesty look like. Because for years, I always thought that I was honest, right? You know, mom would say, grandma would say, stop them crocodile tears.
Right.
You know, crocodile tears. Oh God, help me, please. You know, I'm not gonna drink no more like that. I'm not gonna be hungover like that again. This my last time. This my last time. So after 1,000 times of saying that, after 1,000 times of going in and out of, you know, detoxes and rehabs and meetings and watching the tears flow down my wife's face, or after, you know, watching my mom move up here from Atlanta. This is when she got clean. Well, she was clean for some time, and she actually moved up here to back to Philly from Atlanta just to stay close to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and she would come and see me like, hey, son, you know, I just came to see you. You know, and
Where would she be seeing you at?
in Chester.
Okay.
Because that's where my addiction, excuse me, I got this out one too. Alcohol ran me out of Philly, led me to Chester. And that's where my addiction, you know, increased, and I put the alcohol down and wind up doing, doing the perks. So my mom moved up here. She was having some troubles down in Atlanta, but she could have stayed. You know what I mean? She was sober at this time, and she would just come see me, get on the train and come see me, like that. Hey son, I'm just checking on you, and she would say little things, but it meant it was powerful.
It meant a lot to you.
It meant a whole lot. It's like, son, you killing yourself. Son, you look bad, and then I love you, and then she'll leave. So after years and years of hearing those things, and then I finally got honest, man. I got honest with God. And what a lot of people today is, the reason why you stuck, one of the reasons why you stuck is because you ain't being honest with God. See, you can fool the people, but you can't fool God. See, I realized that. After all the years and years of crying, help me please, this is my last time.
Right.
I realized that I had to get honest with God.
How do you get honest with God?
You got to keep it real. You got to keep it sturdy. One night I got up, and I know I always switch into gear because I'm starting to get warmed up a little bit. So I got up, and it's a special prayer at night. A lot of people pray at night. Muslims, we pray a prayer called Tahajjud prayer. Tahajjud is when the religion of my understanding is when the Lord comes down to the lowest heaven and he asks the angel who's asking something of me or from me, and he grants it. I've experienced this firsthand in everything in my life, even with Soldiers for Recovery. But that's neither here nor there. I got honest. Now, how did my honesty look like? I stood in prayer and I said, God, I said, Allah, I'm not going to stop using it. I said, I'm not going to stop using. I said, I'm going to keep doing this until I kill myself. I said, I'm going to keep getting high. But I said, God, if you got something special for me to do, if I got a shot to make it to paradise, if I got a shot to turn my whole life around, God, because I'm going to kill myself. And I said, God, you know that's not what I want to do, but I'm being honest now, God. Can you please, please, please take this disease of addiction away from me? After that prayer, I kept using, because I'm staying true to what not because I wanted to use, it's because I had to use it. I had to put it in me. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of your family members, it's not that they want to kill yourself. We don't plan on killing ourselves. It's that we don't know how to stop. We don't know how to stop.
Right.
3 months, I kept on running. One day, me and my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time because my wife divorced me due to my disease of addiction, but we were still under the same roof. I woke up, I sat on the side of the bed, I started putting my clothes on for work, knowing in my mind that I was gonna go and get high, right? Because I would ask my wife for money every morning. But this morning, I told myself, all right, it's on. I'm going to get up and go, and I'm going to go get high. But then something hit me the minute I stood up. I sat back down, and it hit me so hard. God said, not today. And after all the years of saying, it's a word that everybody uses before they go do something stupid. And it's a universal word. What is it?
I want to know.
Fuck it. Before everybody do something stupid, before everybody go do something you got no business doing, you say what?
Fuck it.
Fuck it. God removed that from me to this day. The burning desire to go and use The burning desire to say fuck it was gone. 3 months after I made that prayer and got honest. He took it away. I have no desire to use, man. Even if I want to. That word and the people that's watching, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And I cried tears of joy today. You got to be honest. It's the only way you can beat this. See, God knew I was serious. I was serious. Right. I was gonna kill myself. Not intentionally. It's just because
through the drama, through the drugs and all that.
Through the drugs. But I said, God, if you got something for me that you want me to do, is it something? If I got a chance to make it to paradise, if I'm on this planet to do something and fulfill something, please can you take this away from me? Because I'm gonna die. And when he took that away from me, that was the birth of Soldiers for Recovery. I sat in that rehab. They told me you can't come back here and speak for 30 days. I got out on Sunday. I came back the following Sunday and have been going back all the way until COVID started. Every week, helping those from the disease of addiction, educating people about disease of addiction, because I wanted them to have what I had.
Right.
I wanted them to get their family back. I wanted them to get their life back. But that day that I went in was the birth of Soldiers for Recovery.
And how did you know that did you feel that you already wanted to do that prior to? Because you asking God, like, you know, is there something I can do? Am I here for a bigger purpose? You didn't know that you were here to do something? I
had no desire to do anything.
Right, and this is why you on drugs. So when did you get the inkling that you wanted to save other people?
The same week I got out.
Right.
It's like God rolled out a whole blueprint.
You just had it though. It just was in your head.
It was in us. A lot of people, we got gifts. Mm-hmm. We got things that we supposed to do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And no matter which way you go, right or left, God still has a plan for you.
Your purpose.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, 1 week after I got out of rehab, I've been at it. I hit the ground running until the rehabs closed down due to COVID. So then I took it to the streets. I took it to Instagram because I needed to do more. Instagram wasn't out when I started. 2000 and what? 13, 14, because I stopped 2013 or 14. I forgot. But in 2018, I wanted to reach more people. So 2018 or 2019, right before COVID.
Yeah, 2019.
Right?
2019 is when
I still was going to the rehab.
Everything popped
up.
Yeah,
but in 2018 is when I started Souls for Recovery, and I started posting. Mm-hmm. You know? And I've been going ever since.
That's powerful,
but also during that time, prior to, I think 2015, me, my wife, and my kids was on Kensington, giving out food and clothing. Nobody was out there. No, when I say nobody was out there, and except for maybe one or two different organizations. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't nobody out there.
But you was down there.
I was down there.
From the rip, one of the first
From the rip, I was down there. There wasn't nobody out there like it is now. Wasn't nobody out there.
What would you say your is there a finish line? Is there a
There's
goal?
no finish line. This thing gonna outlive me. What I'm working on I'm gonna make it outlive me.
Right. And what are you working on?
I'm working on opening up resource centers throughout, not just here in Philly. I want it throughout America and possibly the world. Because everyone is suffering. I don't care if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian,
yeah,
Muslim,
it's real out here,
Christian, Buddhist, Jew.
Everybody.
My job, Allah gave me a job to save as many people as He allowed. Not what I want, because God know what I want. I can't make somebody stop, but what I can do is give them advice, and if God opens up their heart, if Allah opens up their mind, body, and spirit to be receptive, then I can save that person. So my ultimate goal is definitely going to outlive me. But I know I can't do it alone. It takes brothers like you and the people that's watching to allow me to come talk.
Right.
Put me on your platform. Let's talk about it.
Spread the
People
message.
turn a blind eye as if it's not going on. Addiction has affected 90% of America, if not the world. Somebody in your family that you know or friend has suffered from some kind of trauma, suffered from the loss of a loved one, suffered from a family member or friend, sister, cousin, brother, aunt, uncle that's out there right now using.
Right.
That needs to hear me. That needs to hear me. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
Some people got addictions and don't even believe they got an addiction.
That's because it ain't drugs. Some people are addicted to porn, sex, gambling, video games, cell phones. Kids are killing their parents over a cell phone, or killing their parents because they can't play the game. That's an addiction.
Right. You can have an addiction.
So this is bigger. Soldiers for Recovery, I'm just starting out.
Right.
But I can't do it alone.
Right.
I can't do it alone.
That's crazy, man.
I can't do it alone. This came from trauma. This came from pain. This came from not having, anything to, almost dying a couple times, to losing his homeless and his hopeless, not washing, not eating, going to the bathroom on myself, defecating on myself, do the withdrawals. This come from watching family members and non-family members and people, and when I got clean, watching people die. You know what I mean? Mothers and family call me, oh, I just lost a loved one. You ever go to a funeral?
For what, overdose?
Someone who's overdosed, done lost their baby. And you gotta find some encouraging words to help this individual. This is stuff that I face every day.
Right.
I sit next to, I'm in Kensington on the ground. I'm sitting next to people, they shooting up, holes in their legs this big, swelled up this big.
That's crazy.
And you're working on this individual to come back to life.
Right.
That's my high now. After I said that prayer, my whole life changed. Look where I'm at. I'm on cooking it up now.
Right.
Which is, I consider, to me, it's a major accomplishment, not just for you and your team, but for me. You're talking to somebody that they would consider a zombie. Kenzo zombie, up there now like this.
Right.
I had nothing, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing. Listen, hear me again. I had nothing. Nothing. So who am I not to pull people and so they can get their life back, man? God, man.
It takes somebody who come from that to pull people from that.
Listen, man.
Because that's the problem. It's a lot of people who out here who want to pull people from something that they have no understanding of.
I owe God, man, tremendously. I could never pay my Lord back, bro. I asked for him to do something, and when I got honest, and he gave me my mission. You understand what I'm saying?
You doing it.
He gave me my mission.
You doing it though. You doing it.
So who am I not to
keep repeating?
It's bigger than me, man.
Right.
This thing that I'm doing, this Soldiers for Recovery thing, is way bigger than me. I don't own Soldiers for Recovery. I tell people all the time, God owns this. I'm just a vehicle for it. God inspired me to think about call it this. God inspired me to do everything that I'm doing. I don't own it. This thing is bigger than me. This thing gonna outlive me, man. I'm just a vehicle. Then eventually when I'm dead and gone, somebody else gonna come in and take over.
Right.
He just using me to start out, and I don't mind. Because it's saving my life.
That's major. So I know that you teamed up with Odat. Mm-hmm. You know Odat. So is he helping push the movement forward? You know.
Absolutely. That's my mentor.
Okay.
That's my big brother, man. He's been supporting me from since the first day I met him. Mm-hmm. And I saw what they were just doing for his mother. I never knew him. Like I never knew him prior to them doing the street naming for his mother a couple years back. And I just been by his side ever since, man. And he's been supporting me ever since. Ever since, man. That's my brother, man. That's my brother. That's my mentor. You know, and I love him, man. I love that brother, man. I love what he's doing for his community and from which he came, and what he's planning on doing, and what we plan on doing. Like I'm just grateful, you know, to be part of a family that's bigger than mine, and they accept me with open arms, you know, and
like-minded mission.
Yeah.
So I see you got on the what's that? Bad something blessings. The bad are y'all putting that together? I see the shirt.
Yeah, the Bad, the Ugly, and the Blessing podcast is we shot a few clips of it, and we're gonna get back to shooting as well. So, which I would like for you to be on it as well.
You know,
to tell your story, that'd be great.
Most definitely,
that'd be great.
Definitely. You know, I got no problem with it.
Yeah. So this is pretty much you know, about the struggles with people, the bad, you know, with addiction, the ugly part when it got ugly, and the blessing, like coming out of just as you shared with yours. That's why I said it's a blessing.
Yeah.
You came out and woo.
Yeah.
Woo, man.
Because, you know, that's the thing. It look different for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of us don't get it as bad as others.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we all kind of go through it. I know niggas that went through it, like I told you. You know, I got homies who helped walk me through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Told me how to get right. So it's just, that's the thing though, we gotta be there for each other. And sometimes in this community, we too cool to even let somebody know we need somebody to be there for us.
Right.
And that's what fucks us up.
Yeah.
And you fighting these demons, and these bitches are strong by yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You need somebody.
Man.
You need somebody in your corner. You know what I'm saying? You got your wife, you got your girl, it might be a nigga, whoever, but you need somebody that understands what you're going through, that can lean on you.
Nothing alone, man. And it all starts with God first, man. I tell people all the time, you gotta be honest with yourself. Then be honest with God. You know, and then you'll see how things work out. You know?
It's because, like you said, though, the main part, when you said be honest with God, you being honest with God was you being all the way honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in those positions, they ain't honest with themselves. Everybody is denying that shit. You know, you telling yourself it ain't that bad. You telling yourself you got control of it. You telling yourself I can kick this shit whenever I'm ready to. I just ain't ready. You telling yourself this shit though. You know, that's one of the lies. You convincing yourself just to be okay with what you went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest lies. I tell people all the time, okay, well, let's see you go 30 days.
Right.
And if you don't pick up in 30 days, okay, cool. Don't never go back. But if you find yourself picking back up in 30 days, that means it got you. You ain't got it.
Right.
It got you. I know, like, even for myself, I didn't stop on my own for 30 days. But the whole time, that sucker was sleeping. Yo, hold on, let me take a nap, because when I come back, we going for a ride.
Yeah.
A long one, man.
Yeah.
Like I would binge drink and not come home for weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, yeah, easy.
Yeah, it's just real.
Because, you know, I always had a couple dollars because I cut hair.
Right.
So, you know, Foreman Mills, I go get a fit. You know, so
You cool, you
I'm
chilling.
cool,
Get what
you
you
know?
need, and then you could go it on your trip.
yeah, man. It was darkness, man.
Well, we have little battery issues. We definitely going to talk again. I look forward. I really hope that you make
appreciate
something
you,
happen,
man.
and I come up there, man. This was really. I love having these real conversations
I
with people.
appreciate you
You know what I'm
having
saying?
me,
That's
man.
why I definitely make sure that I share mine as well, because I'm not
Yes.
gonna make you bare your soul and I don't bare mine. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
But this is real touching. We will talk, you know what I'm saying? I'm around. Hopefully we could do something for your movement, with your movement, cooking up, with Soldiers for Recovery, and we could get busy,
Yeah.
you know, out in these streets. So I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did, man.
Yeah.
It's just funny, even when the cameras off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
We busted
y'all
up.
Gotta see, man.
Yeah, y'all done missed
It's
so
a
much shit.
vibe.
It's crazy.
It's a vibe up here, man.
It's different.
Beautiful. It's love. It's family, man.
Facts, man, facts. Let
Thanks
the people
for having
know
me.
where to follow you at, keep up with your movement.
I'm on Instagram, Soldiers for Recovery. At Soldiers for Recovery, and that's FOR. And Soldiers with an S. You can also book me. I'm a speaker. I'm a substance abuse awareness speaker. I turn my whole life into a play where I will come to wherever you at and set up Kensington right where you at and tell my life story as well. And if you like to donate, you can go to my page, DM me, and then we can set that up as well. I'm a 501c3 nonprofit. You can also donate to me, reach out to me. My email is help@soldiersforrecovery.org. And I need all the help in the world because everything that I've been doing for the past 10 years has been out of my pocket. And I really don't use the nonprofit thing, but after spending for so many years, I gotta
get that help.
I need your help so I can help more people, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And thanks for having me.
No, for real. I hope we could use this to help find a way. So if you watch, you know people, it's always people that know people. I got, Jazz trying to build us a nonprofit. So, you out there, you got the ways, you know the people who do the grants. Talk to my man. Get it right so other people can get their life on track. This shit is real. There's no reason why we not doing it.
Yeah, and also share this content. Share it. Because more people are dying, and I know Soldiers for Recovery is saving lives throughout the country. Period. One day at a time. My partners at one day at a time, we're saving lives. So connect with me, and I can get all the help that you need, all the resources that you need. You get with me. And share Soldiers for Recovery page because everyone is affected from the disease of addiction out here, or you know someone who is.
Listen, man, it's been a real episode. It's your boy Smooth, Suleiman Hassan, Soldiers for Recovery.
And one may say, what is Suleiman Hassan going to speak on today?
Listen, man.
That's it.
Cooking up 25.
That's it.
Go.
Peace and blessings.
Cut.